All right. Hello. This is Kyle Van Hook, and I'm here to show you the progress that's been going on in our 3D project. So I guess starting off, let's just show the game so far. And right now, this is the starting screen. We have a starting screen that says press to enter. If I press enter, it will go. And in front of us also is a basically what I added. I took the time to make a small little title screen. I thought it was interesting. It doesn't have an actual title because I don't really know what I would call this yet, but this at least has it going. Anyways, pressing start. If I press exit, it will exit out. Let's go through this again. And if I press the start button, we are now in the game. Unfortunately, the astronaut spawned, but we have player movement. We can roll, rotate, pitch, turn, blah, blah, blah. Gravity. We have enemies. And we also have sound. And the UFOs move towards us. If I collide with them, I will die. Like that. And let me turn this, let me turn this up. Hopefully you can see. There is a background music, but I don't know if you can hear on your own. All right. Test scene. Anyways, we've got this going, and you can probably hear more of the sound now. As we're here, none of the astronauts spawn. Things randomly spawn. I have it set so 2 of each item will spawn when they do spawn. But as for what spawns and where, that's random. And that's because I think I was following the let's see. Random spawning, list of all spawn points contain the data. Yeah, that works. And automatically fill it on level load. A random number of spawn points spawn their objects. Yeah, this is how I interpret it. Randomly, we don't get to choose which what spawns. Well, in like the spawn points, we get to choose what spawns, but we don't get to choose which spawn point spawns what. The spawn points are random, and once I can actually show you the objects, I'll show you the code and explain it. Nope, more enemies, and only one looks like spawned. Health barrels, yeah, only one. Gotta love random integers. There we go. Looks like we got 2 UFOs and we got 2 of the astronauts. Actually, I should have probably done something with the barrels. I'll show you later if I have to. If we run into them, we collect them. They play a collection noise. And also, these astronauts are the objects that have the sound that changes based on distance. You can see it's loud, and as we're going, it's getting lower and lower. And we're getting back louder again. There we go. Let's see if I can get one more. If I can't get anything that has barrels, then I'll just spawn one in and show you. No, UFO. All right. Just so that I don't have to keep going. Just so that I don't have to keep spawning in an object. Or keep closing and entering and all that stuff. They do spawn though, it's random. So just show that health works. Oh yeah, there's also a sound on getting hit. But just to show that health works and that this fuel barrel works. My health increases, a sound plays. That's awesome. We have, these are all the obstacles that have been moved. Level data. In level data, we still have, oh yeah, I need to show off the bounds. All right, let's show off the bounds first, just so I can show you that, yeah, it works. So, craft speeder. Okay, here we go. Just so we can show we have our position here. We are going to go as high as we can to the Y value, and we'll go to Y 100. We're not going any farther up or down. We'll go all the way to the negative 100 position here, and we're stuck here. We're not going any further. We'll go over here, do the same. And oh yeah, Y 100, Z negative 100. Don't hit the wall, that will kill us. We're stuck at 100, so we can't. I think I've probably already shown you everything. You know, it works. There is a limit to how far our player can move. I didn't do the warp. I wanted to see if I could just make it so that there is an actual limit. And after some fiddling around, that works. X100, Y100. Can't go farther than that. And this goes all the way down to the floor. And once here, I'll just show you. Come on. I also think I already showed, right? Yeah. P&L, change the camera. Alright. So now that that's done, let's just go down to the floor, and before I drop dead, I want to show you that we can't go further because it goes all the way down to the floor, and the floor will kill us. So area is dealt with. Now, going back to level data, we have all the spawn points in here. Each spawn point has a spawn point script. They have an object they will spawn. Astronaut, blah, blah, blah. Astronaut, UFO, health barrel. The obstacles aren't. The obstacles, like the meteorite here, aren't spawned. This was just to actually add something. We could spawn them somewhere around here, but I just wanted to make it a little bit more interesting. Level data. This is where the This is where the game bounds are. We have a spawn point list in here. Right now, it's empty because it actually gets all the spawn point lists once the game starts. But we have a bar. What am I trying to say? Input. We have an input that takes an integer number to basically how many times a spawn point will spawn that specific object. So if we basically have a spawn point that has a UFO slotted in for the game object, it will spawn 2 objects. And it will do that for basically all of them. But moving on, that's all of the, I think that's random spawning player movement. Yeah, we got that done. Game object project. Yeah, we got audio. We got menus. I've already shown you the above and beyond, which is the art I made. But let's just show you there's a lot of messing around with this. So let's start with spawn point. So spawn points, we have all the bounds in here. They're set in here, but they're also grabbed by the game manager. That way, I probably could have done the level done. What I did make is that I technically made this another singleton for the level instance, and I did that for the spawn points. That way, whenever the spawn points actually are made on beginning, they will add themselves to this spawn point list. But anyways, that's something to think of another project ahead of time. I didn't want to mess. I just didn't want to mess with this because the code for what was it? Enter start. No. The code for the area limit is just a lot of stuff, but we're getting the max bounds for the max and minimum X, Y, and Z. We have random spawn count on start is 0. and we're getting the random spawn amount, which is using the Unity engine random range from 1 to the spawn list size. We will get the count, and we'll get a number between those inclusively. And then while this is running, while the random spawn count is less than the random spawn amount, we'll get a random number from, basically from the beginning of the list to the end of the list. We will get this float. The reason we do this is because we want this inclusive, just so that it's always a random. It's just so it's always a random number, and all the lists are chosen, not just this and everything between, except for the max. What we convert this float into an integer, and then we're putting the spawn point list. We're getting the spawn point list, and then we are spawning the object, and we have a spawn object spawn object method that takes in the number of objects we want to spawn. After that's done, then we increment random spawn count, and we'll do this until this number is less than or more to this number. We go to spawn point, and at the very we have a public game object, basically what object we want to spawn. We have level we get the level instance data for the singleton, and we're adding at the start this object to the level instance list, level spawn points list. And for the actual spawn object method, we're taking in the amount. We have spawn count equals 0, and this basically does another while loop, checking while spawn count is less than amount. We're going to, well, basically say the spawn object name. This was just for debugging purposes, but I could probably take this out. We're going to make a new transform, and the reason is we don't want all the objects to just be stacked on each other. So they're going to be randomly between the X, Y, and Z, like -5 and 5. So they're just randomly spread apart. Then we'll instantiate the object with the transform, a regular rotation, and we'll increment the spawn count. And that is basically how the random spawn point spawner works. A player shoot a projectile at AddHealth. I don't think you need to add to know anything, but this is just for like the AddHealth and the AddScore functions that's on the astronaut and the fuel barrel. This is the AddHealth. It basically gets the health object and checks itself. Once it heals the amount, then it destroys itself. AddScore basically does the exact opposite, except if it checks if the collided object is a ship pawn, because then that means it will have a score. UI manager. We do have sounds. No, this is the UI manager. Game manager. The sounds are stored here, as well as our the game bounds. There was another object that I was thinking of. Is it? Oh yeah, technically the enter the start, basically for the start screen, does get the keypad enter. I don't know if there is a regular enter somewhere, but it does do press enter to move to the next screen. Player movement, random spawning, spawn points. You can use it in other screens. Audio works. I'm just checking to make sure before I any spawn health astronauts, UFOs work, spawn points work. Press enter. Audio is there. Oh, the limit is per level and stored in the level component. Oh. Well, technically it is stored in the Mm, it is originally stored in the game balance, but then turned into the game manager. Uh, in this case, it's basically just turning this into a singleton, which I've technically already done. I'll lose points for that, but I'm willing to deal with that. I don't remember if there was another thing that I wanted to show. Projectile works, feeding works. This works. It has basically the heal amount. The astronauts have a well, I should make the score amount. No, it is up here. It has a score amount as another public function or uh open to public. So they spawned, game max bounds. All the collisions work, sounds work. Uh, yeah. We'll save this for now. And just to make certain, this picture is what I did for the go above and beyond. I spent, I think, about an hour and a half or so, basically making copies of the little astronauts there and making stars. I think it came out. I actually think it came out well. I wanted to make the astronaut guys made out of vector art instead of just like pixel art. Well, I think it came out well. But yeah, I think that's everything. Um, thank you for listening. Hope you have a good day. Have a pleasant day. Bye bye.